In this next example, we're going to work on making sure we can understand inequalities that have infinitely many or no solutions. So we have seen that before when solving equations with an equal sign. Just to remind you, when your variable cancels from both sides and you're left with just numbers, you look to see, do you have a true statement or a false statement? So we're going to follow that same idea with inequalities. If your variable cancels away, you have nothing left to solve for, are you left with a true statement or a false statement? And that will tell us infinitely many or no solutions. So let's start solving this first example. We've got some distributing to do here with that -3. So -3 times 2x is -6x. -3 times -5 turns positive is greater than -6x plus 9. There is no distributing over there, so we just carried it down. So I notice there's a -6x and a -6x on both sides. You could just say, those are going to cancel right now. You could do the math and add 6x to both sides and see that they cancel on both sides. Either way, as long as you're ending up with carrying down the 5, the greater than, and the 9. We have nothing to solve for, so is this a true statement or a false statement? You do have to read this left to right. It's not an equal sign. We're not looking to see, does 5 equal 9? Is 5 greater than 9? And because that is a false statement, that's not true, that's why our answer is no solution. There is no value for x that we could plug in to our original inequality and end up with the true statement that the left side is greater than the right side. All right, let's do our next one. We have some solving to do. This 4x minus 5, nothing to do there. I'll carry it down. Is less than, we've got some distributing. 2 times 2x is 4x. 2 times -3 is -6. Again, we might notice a 4x on both sides. Those are going to cancel. The math of why they cancel is you could subtract 4x to get it to the other side, and it's canceling on both sides. Is -5 less than -6? Now, this is a little bit trickier with negatives. Which negative number is bigger? So just to remind you, negative numbers that are closer to 0 are the bigger numbers. So which one is closer to 0, -5 or -6? -5 is the bigger number. So I'll just make a note. This is the bigger number. So is this statement true? Is -5 less than -6? Nope, that's not true. I just found a mistake in my first example. Glad I caught it before I ended the video. Okay, so this is not true. So this is a no solution. All right, did anybody catch the mistake in this first example? It might change our answer. So let's go back and take a look at when we distribute. I was so focused on the signs. We had a negative times a negative. I wanted that to be positive. I don't even know if I said 15 or not, or if I said 5, but that should be a 15. I should probably use the same color. That should be a 15 right there. So look at your notes, change that to a 15 in case you wrote down what I wrote down, which means this is a 15 right here. And let's see if we agree with what we said before. Is this a true statement? Is 15 greater than 9? Oh, yep, that's a true statement. Because it's a true statement, that means that there are an infinite number of solutions. So we're going to say infinitely many solutions. And that is the answer we want. That means that any value of x that you could plug in, the left side will always be greater than the right side.